You ever look at a web dev tutorial and think, hey, this seems manageable? Yeah, that's the tip of the iceberg. Welcome to the Web Dev Paradigms iceberg, where the visible part is all shiny component libraries and dark mode toggle buttons, but lurking just beneath is a swirling vortex of concepts, architectures, and ideas that'll make you question your entire tech stack and your will to code. At the very top of the iceberg, we've got the crowd pleasers. Responsive design, for instance. It's that magical thing that lets your site look okay on a fridge or a smartwatch, most of the time. Then you've got component-based development, like in React or Vue, where you break your app into neat little Lego blocks. It's clean, modular, and great, until you realize half your app is just buttons and modals pretending to be independent. And REST APIs? That's the backend politely offering you data via JSON. Simple, reliable, until it isn't. Dive just a bit deeper, and the water gets murkier. Enter single-page applications, or SPAs for the distinguished. You load one page, and the browser goes, cool, I'm in charge now, and never talks to the server again.
Talk to the hand.
It's fast, it's smooth. It's also a nightmare for SEO, and God help you if your JavaScript bundle fails. Then we meet server-side rendering, SSR. No, not USSR, SSR, the comeback kid of web dev. It's like, hey, maybe we should send some HTML from the server, just like it's 2004 again. Sprinkle in some client-side hydration, and suddenly your page comes to life like Frankenstein's monster. Slowly, awkwardly, but it works. Now we're really submerging. Mid-iceberg territory is where things start sounding like made-up words. Isomorphic rendering? That's your app's way of being indecisive. It renders both on the server and the client because why not suffer twice? Then there's progressive hydration, which sounds like a skincare routine made up by the Kardashians, but is actually about loading interactive bits of your page slowly like a lazy magician pulling rabbits out of a hat. And let's not forget headless CMSs. Headless meaning the content has no front end, just raw data waiting to be styled. It's modern, it's flexible. It's also one database outage away from being a very fancy 404 page. Ready for the deep sea?
Aye, aye, Captain!
I can't hear you!
Aye, aye, Captain!
Here we find paradigms so complex you need a PhD in buzzword engineering. Reactive programming is where your code watches data like a hawk and updates itself when things change. It's elegant until a state update triggers another update which triggers another state mutation, and suddenly you're trapped in a Mobius strip of re-renders. Meta frameworks like Next.js or Elder.js show up here too. These are frameworks built on top of frameworks to fix the problems caused by other frameworks.
What?
It's basically Inception, but with Webpack configs. Finally, welcome to the abyss. Down here, reality bends. We're talking CSS and JavaScript in Markdown. We're talking people using GraphQL to query their styling tokens. Someone out there put an Ethereum smart contract in their front end just to validate login tokens. This is the level where you deploy a Next.js app that only runs on the edge, hydrates with server components, and is wrapped in 14 layers of abstraction, none of which you can debug because they're all marked as experimental. So next time someone says, web dev is easy, just smile and hand them this video. Then watch their enthusiasm slowly drift into existential dread. And if you've ever written a recursive hook inside a use effect to manage hydration state, you belong in the Mariana Trench of this iceberg. Drop your favorite cursed paradigm in the comments. I'm compiling them for reasons. Scientific ones, probably. I don't know anymore.